One day, in their queen's apartment, Jeongmee became enamored with her daughter's love for the color pink. Pink toys, pink clothes, pink everything. And it wasn't just little Seo-woo. There were a lot of girls her age obsessed with pink, and the deeper Yoon looked, the more she would find that this was true of little girls in her home country of Korea, in many other countries, and amongst girls of all different ethnicities. Yoon noticed the same thing about boys, but they just preferred blue. Why is that? Yoon Jeongmee was born in 1969 in Seoul, South Korea, in the midst of rapid modernization and the aftermath of the Korean War. In 1992, Yoon graduated from Seoul National University with a BFA in painting, but switched to photography and visual media to earn her MFA at Hongik University in 1999. Yoon has a daughter, Seo-woo, and moved with her to Queens, New York in the early 2000s to pursue her MFA in video and related media at the School of Visual Arts. Here she conceptualized and began working on her ongoing piece, Pink and Blue Project. Many of Yoon's projects revolve around self-expression, consumerism, and relationships to material belongings, such as her Spaceman Space project in 2000 and Pink and Blue project in 2006, or things that are not human, such as her Zoo project in 1999 and Animal Companions 2015. She is highly accomplished, and in addition to her 2 masters, Yoon has gone through 2 solo exhibitions across the globe and has had her art shown in countless exhibits. She's completed 3 residencies and has won many prestigious art awards, including the Daum Prize and the Sovereign Asian Art Prize. Her art and photography is easily accessible on her website, jeongmeeyoon.com. Yoon is influenced in her subject matter by emotion and expression. In 2014, one of her students recalled that Yoon was so moved by her writing that she was brought to tears and later arranged to photograph that student with her family and their dog for her Animal Companion series. But of course, Yoon's most notable artwork is her ongoing series, Pink and Blue Project. In this series, started in 2005, Yoon photographs children surrounded by their favorite toys, clothes, and other belongings, all of the same color. She arranges them in a fashion that feels cluttered and places the children in the very middle of it all, taping clothes to walls and completely covering the space in the children's belongings. Many of Yoon's pieces, or portraits rather, are built on expressing an environment a person cultivates rather than showcasing the person in it. Yoon builds the subject's identity around their favorite material objects, the things they buy and enjoy, to represent the person as opposed to making them the main subject. She asks each subject, to maintain a blank face so that they may remain objectified in the final piece. The project explores gender expression, consumerism, and globalization. When asked about what inspired her to explore such a topic, Yoon credits her daughter, Seo-woo. She says, quote, "The Pink and Blue project was initiated by my daughter, who loves the color pink so much that she only wants to wear pink clothes and play with pink toys." The series is split into 3 parts. The first exploring children and their obsession with color, the second revisiting them a little older, and the third explores their development into adulthood and how their tastes have changed as they reach the end of their childhood. Yoon's pieces raise some intriguing, maybe even alarming questions about global society, capitalism, and gender. South Korea is overwhelming socially and fiscally conservative and heavily influenced by traditional Confucian familial values of blood lineage and rapidly growing Christian faith as a result of colonial Christian missionaries in the 20th century and American influence in the 1950s onward. Right-wing religious organizations in Korea have anti-LGBT mass media campaigns. This is not that different from the United States, where evangelical Christians have a large influence on the political and social landscape and hold very rampant anti-LGBT views. Take, for example, even some of the most recent conservative candidates of both countries. In the US, Donald Trump, whose platform said that the normalization of transgenderism was pornographic and encroaching on children's spaces. Yoon's Pink and Blue project was included in a special issue of National Geographic magazine in January 2017. The edition faced much gratitude, but just as much vitriol, with accusations of brainwashing and child endangerment. Yoon also refers to the way society, capitalism, and consumerism inform gender expression, with the most emphasis on the theme of capitalism. This is also a very controversial statement she makes. If gender is a construct of what we are influenced through media, advertisement, and social pressure, then who or what is putting so much effort into upholding it? Capitalism is very deeply ingrained into modern globalized society, where Western countries in Europe and the United States have a lot of influence through the natural spread of information and centuries of global imperialism. And in the same Korea where the Gwangju uprisings occurred, brazen criticism of capitalism is not illegal, but not always favorable. So what does this all have to do with gender? Yoon spells it out perfectly herself. Children across the world are exposed to the same marketing messages. It has to do with what we're advertised. If the media can reinforce the idea that a toy is feminine and that this toy is masculine, it's already doing half the job for us. Conservatives, or any person who sees that society should adhere to gender roles, can then use this to teach family order and specific behavioral sets so that they may organize society in accordance with the patriarchy. Though the Pink and Blue project was once a small observation of her daughter's favorite color, the project holds deeper implications about how the world has been sculpted since the end of World War II, at least socially. The intersections of world cultures and the fine line of globalization versus imperialism loom in our modern cultures as its victims find their way in their own national identities. And for Yoon, her photography continues to explore human relationships and connection. The Pink and Blue project is ongoing, and as the scope of gender broadens as children grow up, and as the state of the Korean peninsula evolves, and as the market adjusts to changing tastes, Yoon will have more to examine and comment on.